I'm a 28-year-old woman working as a freelance graphic designer. Growing up, I lived in a small, tight-knit family where my mom constantly compared me to my cousin Lily. If you've ever been in a family with a golden child, you'll understand what I mean. Lily was everything my mom wanted me to be. She's a lawyer, married to a doctor, has 2 adorable kids, and lives in a big house with a perfectly manicured lawn. Meanwhile, I rent a tiny apartment, work from home, and I'm not exactly rolling in money. The comparisons started early. Lily was the poster child for success, straight A's, class president, homecoming queen, you name it. On the other hand, I was the quiet, artsy kid who struggled with math and preferred sketching in my notebook over socializing. Every school report card, every family dinner, my mom would find a way to slip in a comment about Lily. Why can't you be more like Lily? Or Lily wouldn't waste her time on something like that. These comments weren't just casual observations. They shaped the way my mom treated me. While she bragged about Lily's achievements to anyone who'd listen, she rarely even acknowledged mine. The few times she did, it was followed by some kind of critique. Over time, it put a strain on our relationship. I only talk to her now during family gatherings, and even then, the conversations are shallow and awkward. I just couldn't deal with the constant reminders of how I didn't measure up. Lily, of course, was always perfect, at least on the surface. She was polite, charming, and effortlessly graceful, the kind of person who makes everyone else feel a little less polished in comparison. She never seemed to resent the pedestal she was put on, or the fact that our family dynamics revolved around her perfection. In fact, she never acted smug about it, which somehow made it worse. You couldn't even hate her for it. The tipping point came during a family reunion last year. My mom was in her element, bragging about Lily's latest accomplishments to a circle of relatives. I overheard her mentioning how Lily's husband was not just a doctor but one of the best in the state, how her kids were already excelling in school, and how Lily still found time to run marathons and volunteer. Then she shifted the conversation to me, but not in a way that felt good. She's still doing her little freelance thing, my mom said, using a tone that made freelance sound like unemployed. She laughed as she added, "You're lucky to even be invited to these reunions. Lily's family is the only reason we still have a good reputation." I stood there, frozen. My face burned with embarrassment and anger, but I didn't say anything. What was the point? Arguing with her wouldn't change how she felt. That night, as I replayed the scene in my head, something shifted. I wasn't just angry anymore, I was determined. Determined to prove that no one's life, not even Lily's, is as perfect as it seems. The first clue came to me when I thought back to the reunion. Lily's husband had been distant, almost uninterested. He left early, claiming he had a work emergency, but something about it felt off. He barely spoke to Lily the entire time and was glued to his phone during dinner. I started to wonder if their picture-perfect marriage was as flawless as it looked. That curiosity led me to Lily's social media. Her Instagram and Facebook accounts were perfectly curated, full of happy family photos, vacation shots, and inspirational quotes. But the more I scrolled, the more I noticed little inconsistencies. She posted about a family weekend 2 weeks ago, but her husband wasn't in any of the pictures. A mutual friend mentioned seeing him at a local event with another woman. That stuck with me. I started reaching out to old acquaintances from our hometown, people who might know more about Lily's personal life. It wasn't easy since I wasn't exactly close with these people, but I managed to get a few casual conversations going. I didn't find anything earth-shattering at first, just small details that hinted at cracks in Lily's perfect facade. Around the same time, my mom and I had another blow-up. She criticized me for showing up alone to a wedding.